ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारिणे नित्यानंद नमस्तुभ्यं प्रेमानंदप्रदाय कलौकल्मषनाशाय जानवापतये नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are discussing today from Bhagavad Gita chapter 2nd, and yesterday we completed verse 50. Buddhi yukto jahati iha uve shukrita duskrite tasmad yogaya yujyasva yoga karmashu kausalam. Hare Krishna. So uh, we are discussing from chapter 2 verse number 51. So we completed this verse 50. Buddhi yukto jahati, yeah, ube shukrita dushkrita. One who is engaged in devotional service. So simply by engaging in devotional service to Krishna, and how one can engage, by it's the method is also simple. The simple method of chanting Krishna's holy name, hearing about Krishna, and serving Krishna, one can get rid of both good and bad results of this material existence, which causes one to uh, this various kinds of miserable situation, which causes one to undergo so many miserable situation, distressful situation of life. So one can become free from all unhappiness condition, distress condition by engaging in buddhi yukta, devotion service to Krishna. That's why Krishna uh, then concluded, Tasmad, therefore, yogaya yujasva. You should engage for the sake of devotional service. And such engagement in Krishna consciousness is the art of all work. Art of all work means that this is the smartest kind of work by which one can free oneself from the entanglement of reaction of good and bad. Next, in this verse, today's verse, Krishna is telling, Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva manishina janma bandha vinirmukta padam gacchantyanamaya. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of work in the material world. So, by thus engaging in devotional service, great sages and devotees, Manishina, they can free themselves from results of all works in material world. And means they can become free from all entanglement of this material existence. Karma bandhan. Uh, In this way, in this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead. Padam gachanti anamyam. So not only that, the great sages and devotees, Manishina, who in this way engage in devotional service to Lord, become free from the reaction of their past activities because of which one suffers in this material world while living in this life. Whatever suffering we are getting in terms of bodily inconveniences or mental anxieties, these sufferings are due to our past misdeeds. The one who thus engages in devotional service to the Lord, so they can become free from the results of their past deeds even in this life. Not only this, after this life, they become free from the cycle of birth and death, eternal cycle of birth and death. Nitya. Because this actions and reactions, the cycle of actions and reactions entangles a living entities practically eternally in the business of taking birth again and again and dying again and again. So, in order to stop this infinite cycle of taking birth and death again and again, one should engage in devotional service to Krishna, and that will free him from the cycle of birth and death. And after becoming free, uh, this the living entity, and he doesn't lose its existence. The living entity is not this impersonal. Another important point in this verse, Padam Gachanti Anamyam, that one attains the state beyond all miseries by going back to God. So, karmajam buddhi yukta hi. Karmajam, karmajam means due to fruitive activities. Phalam tyaktva. Karmajam phalam. Karmajam, jam means born, born from karma. So, whatever activities we perform, uh, that gives birth to certain kind of phalam. Karmajam, phalam. So, there must be certain result of all the activities performed by the living entities, any activity, whether good, pious, or impious, good or bad activity. Phalam, we must get phalam. In order to get the phala, result, one has to take birth again. So, but those who are buddhi yukta means being engaged in devotional service. Yukta, just like in the previous verse also we discussed this. Buddhi yukto jahati, sukrita duskృta. So this is in this today's verse is in connection with the previous verse, yesterday's verse. Buddhi yukto jahati means one who is engaged in devotional service. Jahati, he can get rid of Sukrit and Dushkrit, bad and good result. So, so those bad and good results come from karmajam by performing activities while living in this material world. So every moment we are performing certain kinds of activities, not even a single moment, not even for a single moment, one can remain inactive. That's not possible. Even while sleeping, we are we are breathing, and our mind is active. So mind is also performing activities, mental activities. Rather, mental activities have the most important role to play in, in determining the actions, gross actions which we perform. And after performing those gross activities, we are destined to get certain results according to the performed actions. So, karmajam. But buddhi yukta, those who are engaged in devotional service to Krishna, they can easily phalam tattva. They can easily become free from results. So in the previous verse, it is stated that they become free. They become get they can get rid of themselves from sukrit and dushkrit, bad and good results. And in today's verse, what Krishna is saying, after giving up such results, phalam tattva, after giving up such results, what destination they get? What is the next step? Karmajam buddhi yukta hi phalam tyaktva. One who is engaged in devotional service, so after giving up the results, after when they have become freed from all kinds of good and bad results, so what do they achieve? They achieve janma bandha vinirmukta padam gachanti anamayam. So before this, one important point is this word manishi. So those who are engaged in devotional service to Krishna by the simple method of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing about Krishna regularly and serving Krishna. This is the method of engaging oneself in the devotional service of Krishna. So one who is engaged thus in devotional service to Krishna, so she can become free from the results of good and bad results of his actions, and such persons are very great souls. Manishina refers to those persons who are engaged in devotional service. So they are very great souls. Manishina, it means great sages or devotees. What Manishina means, whose intelligence is very sharp. Manish, Manish means very intelligent, thoughtful person. Manish, so those who have very nice intelligence, good intelligence, known as Subuddhi, uh, Subuddhi, Sumedasha, good intelligence, they can only engage themselves in devotional service to Krishna, and hence they can become free from the results of their good and bad activities. So they are known as great sages or devotees. So those who engage themselves uh, in Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga of Krishna, irrespective of their position in this material world. So they become great sages. Just like earlier, in previous ages, in order to become great sages, one has to undergo severe kinds of austerity one performs, and then he becomes great rishi, sages. But if one, instead of undergoing so many great austerities for thousands of years, if one simply engages himself in serving Krishna, uh, and what is the meaning of serving Krishna? How one can serve Krishna? Very simple. One can engage any of his senses in serving Krishna. And the beginning of service to Krishna is by chanting his holy name. Just like this tongue. Tongue is a sense. We have this sense of tongue. So it has got two functions. One is to speak and another is to eat. So when you engage your tongue in glorifying Krishna or chanting Krishna's holy name and tasting Krishna prasadam, then you are serving Krishna using your tongue. And in this way, you become free from the good and bad results of your previous activity. This is so powerful. This is very scientific. We may not be able to see the effect. How? One may ask this question. How can you say that simply by speaking something we become free from bad result? How is it possible? But this is the potential of service to Krishna. Because Krishna is powerful. Krishna is omnipotent, most powerful. So he can award this benediction to anyone. Why can't he give? Just like when somebody agrees to abide by the order of government, one who agrees to abide by the orders or laws of government, then accordingly government awards him some results. So similarly, supreme government is Krishna. Krishna has supreme government. So he has declared anybody who engages in my devotional service. And how one can engage in Krishna's devotional service? That also Krishna says, Man mana, just think about me. Just chant my name. This is what Krishna told. Uh, just think about me, chant my holy name, and Mana Bhavat Bhakta, become my devotee. In whatever capacity, you offer something to me. Patram Pushpam Phalam Twayam, a flower, a leaf, vegetable, whatever preparation, sattvic preparation you make, you just offer it to Krishna. That is service. And then you can help others to serve Krishna. Means you can inspire others to chant Krishna's holy name, to offer to Krishna food items, and then accept prasadam. So in this way, uh, our own self, serving Krishna using our tongue, eyes, ears, and then inspiring others also to engage their senses in the service of Krishna. This is called service to Krishna. So we can use our tongue in chanting the holy name of Krishna and eating Krishna prasadam and to glorify Krishna. So that is service to Krishna using our tongue. And you can use your ears to hear Krishna's glorification, just like right now I am speaking about Krishna from Bhagavad Gita using my tongue. So I am serving Krishna using my tongue. And you all are also serving Krishna using your ears if you are hearing. But if you are not hearing, then you are not serving. So you must hear also. So let me know how many of you are actually serving Krishna right now. Please raise your hand. Huh? Who all are serving now? This is known as serving Krishna. So somebody who just continues this process of serving Krishna, devotional service, That is the process of bhakti yukta, buddhi yukta, which has come in this particular verse. हाँ, कि बुद्धि युक्ता कर्मजम बुद्धि युक्ता ही फलम त्यक्त्वा मनीषिणः. So they become free from their good and bad results, and they are known manishina, very intelligent, thoughtful person. And what result they get? Final result, janma bandha vinirmukta padam gacchantyanam. They become free from the cycle of birth and death. Vinirmukta means visist rupena mukta, visisha niruniha mukta. Two prefixes have been used. Vi, vi and ni. Vi means visist rupena, a special kind of liberation. And ni means also the same thing almost. Special, extraordinary. Extraordinary liberation one gets, not the liberation of Mayavadis or impersonalist followers. They get mukti, moksha or mukti. So, but that is not permanent mukti. But devotees who engage in buddhi yukta, those who service to Krishna, they not just get mukti, but they get vinirmukti. Vishesha rupena, extraordinary mukti they get. And what is that? Padam gachanti anamayam. Anamayam padam they get. Without miseries. Anamayam means without miseries. Padam. Anamayam padam means they attain to that spiritual abode, Vaikuntha. Vigat Kuntha. Kuntha means miseries. Vigat Kuntha means free from miseries. So they gachanti, they go. Who can go to such a place? Padam gachanti anamayam. Vinir Mukta. Those who engage themselves in devotional service to Krishna continuously, day after day, month after month, and year after year. In this way, one who engages his entire life in serving Krishna in such simple by using a simple method, one can attain to the abode of the Supreme Lord. Okay, so we'll discuss more about this verse tomorrow, reading forward. But today we'll take some question answers first from yourself. You can ask questions. If you do not have questions, then I'll ask. Hare Krishna.